As the city continues to add more bicycle lanes and refurbish its wide streets, we thought it would be important to discuss the city's goal to have what we call complete streets. To talk to us more about the importance and vision of complete streets and its role here in the city, Dan Bergenthal is here to tell us more. We're here today at the Fair Park Station on North Temple. I'm here with Dan Bergenthal. Dan, thank you so much for letting me interview you today.
You're welcome.
So tell me about complete streets. What is it?
Complete streets are streets that have been looked at from the perspective of all roadway users. Basically, you want to take a look at all the expected modes of travel for that particular roadway, and then you try to balance the safety and convenience of all users.
Wonderful. Now, the city adopted an ordinance for complete streets, right? So
Yes.
when this was, I believe, a couple years ago, it was adopted?
It was back in 2010, yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the ordinance. And I know that you were saying different departments will actually look at this when going into a neighborhood. If they're going to put in some sort of a protected bike lane, that this is something that'll have to be looked at, is the complete streets ordinance.
Right, whenever there's a roadway reconstruction or any type of pavement maintenance, we go out and we take a look at what the needs are out there. For example, you want to make sure that for pedestrians, for example, there are sidewalks and that there are easy ways to cross the street. They can also get to the bus stops if there are any. You want to take into consideration transit users so that they can get to the transit stops and wait there as well for the buses. Bicyclists, you want to make sure that if it's possible that you can add bicycle facilities on that roadway as well. And also for the automobiles, you need to look at it to make sure that the number of travel lanes are sufficient for the amount of traffic that's expected. And so yeah, you just basically look at it from the perspective of all roadway users.
Okay. And we're here on North Temple, which is a perfect example. So we've got protected bike lanes, or not protected, but regular bike lanes. We've got the tracks. We've got the wide sidewalks.
Right.
What else?
You got a buffer here between the roadway and the pedestrians, which is really nice for the pedestrians. It gives you more of a sense of safety.
Tell me a little bit more about the public benefit for complete streets.
Sure, yeah. Public benefit that you'd see from this type of design is that, well, first of all, when you allow people to have more different types of choices for getting around, if people choose to walk or bike or get out of their cars in any way, typically their health improves because now they're doing more physical exercising, they're getting out. And you get those people doing that and they're not driving their cars, and so another benefit that you could see is less traffic congestion.
Right. Well, and there's options for everyone. So not only, our elderly community, our senior community, but also for those that want to bike in the city or walk, there's space to do that and it's safe. So that's really important. Right. Now, what's a road diet?
A road diet. It's when you stop feeding the road. A road diet is when you take a look at the roadway and you've determined that you have excess capacity.
Okay.
And excess capacity means there are too many travel lanes for the cars that are there.
Okay.
Or essentially you can reduce the number of travel lanes and the road will still function properly.
Okay.
And so in a road diet, you take away some of the travel lanes and use that road width to provide other amenities, like you would add bike lanes, or you can add islands in the middle of the roadway to allow pedestrians to cross easier. And by doing that, you are able to help all the different types of roadway users.
Okay.
And
does this cause congestion? Because you would think from, for example, on 900 West and North Temple, we went from 5 lanes to reduced it down to
3 lanes.
To 3 lanes, right?
Yes.
So does that cause more congestions when we lose these lanes?
Well, when we look at the roadway, before we do this, we have to make sure that the traffic is within a specific range.
Okay.
And if it falls within that range, then we feel comfortable reducing the number of travel lanes out there. And then typically you will not see increased congestion. You may see a little bit right around the traffic signals at the intersections, but overall the roadway is going to continue to function very well. Just like you've seen on 9th West, which you did last summer. The road is still functioning great, and we now have bike lanes out there.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Dan, thank you so much for letting me interview you today. And now I live in the neighborhood, so it looks like I'm actually going to take advantage of the complete streets and bike and walk. And we're actually close by here to the Jordan River Trailhead too. So
We are. It's
you
right
can
there. Yeah.
bike and walk and take tracks. And there's a guy biking right over here. So
Yeah, here he comes
taking
right
advantage.
here.
And I'm going to do the same since I'm in the neighborhood. But thank you so much.
Great. You're welcome.